Chant together. Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy. Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So the problem of our life, according to Bhagavad Gita, is an account in ICICI Bank. Yesterday I told you. First is identity crisis. Second is I am confused. This is the definition of I. Now to get out of this, what is required is that wrong notions can be sorted out by right understanding. We all have some notions about ourselves, about the world, about God, about spiritual practice. And with those notions, we take the scriptures like Bhagavad Gita for studies academically. Scriptures are never studied academically. About this I will tell you. There was one Bengali girl in Bharat, somewhere Siliguri. And after my talk was over, she came. He says, Swamiji, I am doing PhD on Bhagavad Gita, and I have discovered there are many interpolations and meaningless shlokas in between. So I did namaskar to her. Can you imagine? The one who can find out fault of Bhagavan Krishna can't be ordinary. Do you know what that? I said, I don't know. I am not that wise. But probably, are you talking about the 9th chapter, Shlok 4 and 5? Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina masthani sarvabhutani nachaham teshvavastitaha nachamasthani bhutani paschame yogamaishwaram bhutabhrunnacha bhutastaha mamatma bhutabhavanaha. Oh, you know. I said something I know here and there. Then she said, such a meaningless. Because what is the meaning of these verses? Maya avyaktamurtina idam sat sarvam tatam. I, the formless, support all the forms. Therefore, they are in me, but I am not in them. And to be very frank, neither they are in me nor I am in them. Everything is contradiction. So don't you think it is meaningless? I say, yes, I agree with you. You should get PhD. And after you get PhD, you apply for a job in a college and beg for one more increment. Because you are PhD in Bhagavad Gita. Beggar. Friends, scriptures are not studied for academics. Yesterday also I told you. See, when I am looking at this object, so I am looking at this bottle, is it not? But when I look at the mirror or I look in the mirror, think. We don't look at the mirror, we look in the mirror. And in the mirror, we don't look at the reflection, we look at ourselves. So in the morning, when we take the toothpaste and toothbrush, stand before the mirror, do we apply there? Bhagavad Gita is a mirror. We don't have to look at Bhagavad Gita. Look in. And then we come to know that we are all miserable as somebody. See? I as a man is not miserable. I as a son miserable because of the Hitler father. I as a husband is miserable because of the Mahakali. I as a father is miserable because of the monster son. I as a man is never miserable. See? Arjuna was miserable as a disciple to Dronacharya. Arjuna was miserable as a grandson to Bhishmacharya. Arjuna was miserable as brother to other brothers. Now, what should be we wherever we are? On the operation table, the patient is lying and the people have prepared everything, and then this doctor goes with all the green dress and everything, and then he asks, yes, what's the name of the patient? Sir, he is your son. My son. Everything changes. Earlier, he was a surgeon. Now he has become a father. See, friends. And to come out of these wrong notions, we have to drop our wrong notions without creating new notions. See, friends. Therefore, when the whole Bhagavad Gita was told, Bhagavan did not ask Arjun, did you get knowledge? Yesterday I told you this. He asked him, has your delusion gone? Because Arjuna's question was also the same thing. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhavaha pruchhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yas sreyasyad nishchitam bruhitan me shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. Karpanya dosha, self-pity. We should not have pity on anybody. Equally true, we should not have pity on ourselves. Amrutasya putraha. The divine is in me. Divine is expressing through me. Why have self-pity? See? Why the self-pity happens? Because of the wrong notions, confusion. Now at this moment, who am I? This is the problem. And therefore, his question was, Dharma sammudha cheta. My mind is completely confused about what is my dharma at this moment. See, what is my dharma? Whether I should fight the war or I should give walkover and go, and then what will you do? Go to Haridwar, Rishikesh, start an ashram and wait for the customers to come. See, friends. And therefore, the greatness of Arjuna is, he says, Yash Sreyasyat Nishchitam Bruhitan me. Oh Lord, tell me that what is good for me. See how important it is. There are two aspects in our life. What is good for us and what we like. In Kathopanishad, this topic comes. Preya Marga and Shariya Marga. What we like need not be good for us. And what is good for us, we need not like it. Early to bed and early to rise is good for us, but we don't like it. Late to bed and late to rise. See, my friends. And therefore, Yasriyasya Nishchitam Rohitanme. Even then, Bhagavan Krishna did not say a single word. And then he says, Shishyasteham Shadhimam Tvam Prapanna. I am the disciple, Shadhimam. Instruct me. And thereafter, Bhagavan Krishna starts talking to Arjuna. He doesn't talk a goody-goody language. No, beta, we have come here on the battlefield, we have to fight the war. See, naturally, there will be people killed. This is not a maternity home, people will be born here, okay? Please get up. Will you understand that language? See, as is the disease, so is the medicine. Imagine, I have a friend. Imagine, I say, underline, imagine a friend. And I was coming from somewhere. And my friend was drunk and lying near a gutter, half part in the gutter, half outside. And when I saw him, so I will feel bad, isn't it? My friend, like this. So I go and talk to him in a decent language. My dear friend, you belong to such a great family. What your parents will think in your whole family. Nobody has touched even a matchbox to lit a cigarette, and you are drinking and all that. Do you think he will understand? See? Then what will I do? I'll hold his necktie, pull him out. Necktie is only for that purpose. You cannot use the necktie for cleaning your nose. You can't use the necktie for wiping your face. You can use for nothing except pulling out of the gutter. So I'll pull him out of the gutter, and thereafter I'll give him one hard. And then slowly he will think, "Kya ho gaya? What happened?" Exactly this is what Bhagavan Krishna did. See, Bhagavan says, Klaibyam masmagama partha na etatvai upapadyate kshudram hrudaya daurbalyam tyaktvotishtha parantapa. See, you know this story. Last 1 year, Pandavas were supposed to live incognito in the forest or wherever. And if they are recognized, again they will have to repeat it. So for 1 year, Arjuna was very handsome, fair, therefore name Arjuna. Fair, handsome and everything. And he took the position of Brahannala, who is a eunuch, and was teaching music and dance to the daughter of that Virat king, Uttara. And he was teaching Bharatanatyam. What is Bharatanatyam? Hitting the poor floor. I always feel pity for the Agya Bharatanatyam. And the second problem is, we do namaskar. They don't do, they complicated. Ghuma karke. See? So imagine he was teaching this for 1 full year. And when the last day was over, they revealed and the war was to start. So that time, Bhagavan Krishna, only he and Arjuna knew that he was cursed by the Apsaras, that if you do not do bhog with us, you will become eunuch. See? This was known only to Bhagwan Krishna and Arjun. And he had one blessing that you can become whenever you choose to be for 1 year at least. And this is how he saved himself. So the curse was a curse in blessing in disguise. See, now when Arjuna is thus broken, na etvad vidmakkatarno gariyo yadvaje ma yadivano, constant unwanted arguments. When Bhagavan says Klaibhyam masma gamap, he reminds him, your that important role is over. Now you are a warrior. Imagine what a blow it is on his face. A warrior is told you are important on the battlefield. That has shaken him. See? Completely shaken. Oh God, what is calling me? And slowly, slowly, he is brought out of his own, be very attentive, his own self-pity. Very important principle of life. And thereafter, Bhagavan started talking to him. He says, Ashocha nanva shochastvam pradnya vadanscha bhashase gatasuna gatasuncha nanu shochanti panditaha. Now what Bhagavan is telling, that you go outside and get chairs from there. There are plenty chairs there. Or you can sit on the floor if you like. There is a lot of floor in the front. इत्ते आके बैठ लो आराम. साढ़े सर पे मत बैठना. Good. So, Bhagavan tells Arjun, when he was arguing, but how can I kill? Katham Bhishma Maham Thanke Drunam Cha Madhusudana Ishubi Pratiyotsyami Pujarha Varisudana. Hey Madhusudana, hey Arisudana. That means Bhagavan Krishna was glorified by these names. Arisudana, the killer of the enemies. Madhusudana, killer of the Madhu demon. You want me to get a title? That Guru Sudana. See? Katham Bhishma Maham Sankhe. How can I kill Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya? Pujar how? They are worthy of worship. Forget about killing. See, friends, elders are those, even if they hit us, we have no right to return back. That is what Arjuna's statement was. And when all this thing was said, Bhagavan was listening, and then he thought, now he cannot learn or understand a language of decency. So he gave. See? Ashochananva shochastvam pradnya vadanscha bhashase gatasuna gatasuncha nanu shochanti panditaha. See? Panditaha, wise people are those who don't argue. Gatasuna gatasuscha anushocanti. They don't grieve. And be attentive. A person who is confused has the maximum arguments. See? The quantity of argument that we carry is directly proportionate to the depth of our confusion. Constantly arguing. Wow. So Bhagavan Krishna said, you are pradnya vadanscha bhashase. You are talking like a wise man. What does it mean? You are otherwise. In Bhagavad Gita, there are 108 jokes. If you have got the WQ, you know WQ? You know IQ? IQ means what? मैं क्यों? दूसरे को मारो. IQ means intelligence quotient. WQ means wit quotient. There is a difference between wit, humor, and jokes. Americans understand only jokes. They don't understand wit and humor. They don't have, of course. See? You see those videos, what is the funny videos of America, something is there. And you will see all of them. What is there? Somebody was going, somebody throw the skin of that banana and dumb. See, friends. So, there are 108 jokes. If you have got the wit quotient, you will understand where they are. That is your homework. So, who are the wise people? Gatasuna gatasuscha nanushosanti panditaha. Wise people are those who do not become miserable. For what? For two reasons. Gata asun. Asun means pranan. When somebody dies, they don't become miserable. Gatasuncha, and when somebody doesn't die, they don't become miserable. Meaning what? Ignorant people become miserable. When somebody dies, they also become miserable. लेकिन ये मरता भी नहीं. See, friends, ignorant people justify that they are miserable. My friends, Bhagavad Gita tells, don't justify you are miserable. Who doesn't have problem in this world? Today I was talking to my friend. Be attentive. This comes from our scriptures. If we have three bodies, gross body you all know, then subtle body the mind, and causal body the ignorance. When these three bodies will have no disease, they die. Gross body, if it has diseases, then only it is alive. Can there be an incidence of cancer in the Catholic graveyard? Cannot be. Because diseases are possible only if the body is alive. So if you have got problem, congratulations, you are still alive. Change the vision of life. See, friends. Similarly, then what happens? When there are no diseases, the gross body dies. Now be attentive. Is really death a reality? See? I went to one of my friend's house. He has a smart son like this boy. And he said, Swamiji, come to my room. I went to his room. And there was a sticker on his room. Only children are allowed to enter. Elders can come if accompanied by children. This is wit and humor. See? So I entered. Then he said, see how many things I have made. He made very beautiful things. Out of those plastic blocks, what you call it. You know? So many things. A car, then garden, then a bridge, and a house, and a tree, and all that. I said, what is the use of looking at it? You are not going to give me anything. So I go. No, you take whatever you want. I said, really? Yes. I said, I don't have a house. I'll take the house. He said, take. So when I went to hold, he said, wait. No hurry. I give you. Okay. I will take out my blocks. You take the house. Now tell me, when the blocks are taken out, has the house died? Is it destroyed? In place of that house, take our body. What is our body? कहीं की ईट कहीं का रोड़ा भानुमती ने कुंबा जोड़ा. See, in a cone of space, 4 elements are added. This Brahmaji learned from the chart makers in Bombay Chowpatty. See what they do? You can come and sit in the front. Here also I will not mind if you sleep. Come in the front and sit. Come in the front. आगे आ जाओ. Come. हाँ. We are disturbance proof. वांगो. Okay, sleep. So, don't worry. So, when they make the chart or something, they make a cone out of paper, old newspaper. And in that, they will be adding 4-5 things. And above that, they will be topping it with organic salt. See? And give you. Exactly the same way, Brahmaji takes the cone of the space. In this, 4 elements are added in a particular proportion. We will not tell you, that is our business secret. Then thereafter, he tops it with life and a body is created. And when the body is unable to have any diseases, that means the body is dead. So when the body dies, what happens? The individual air merges with the total air. The individual heat merges with the total heat. The individual water element goes back to the total water element. The earth element goes back to the earth. And the space which was occupied by that body is released. Who died? Gatasu na gatasuscha nanushocanti panditaha. My dear friends, if you have studied Bhagavad Gita, if you have studied Vedanta, and if a passing thought about your death comes in your mind, what you have been doing all your life was 100% useless. मरने भी नहीं देते. Ignorant people are miserable when somebody dies. And they are also miserable when somebody doesn't die. In short, whenever you are miserable, you are, if I say ignorant, it doesn't give a real force. I'll use a word which will make an impact. बेवकूफ. हाँ, अब समझ में आ गए. Friends, gatasu na gatasuscha nanushochante pandita. Thereafter, he gives common sense. If you ask me what is spiritual life, it is nothing but common sense. One simple example I'll tell you. All of you or most of you must be knowing swimming as well as riding a bicycle. Now, when you learned swimming, thereafter, you have not gone into the water for years together. After 50 years, you jump in the water. Have you forgotten swimming? You never forget swimming. If you are riding a bicycle and you don't ride for years together and again you ride, do you forget balancing? What is the reason? Because swimming or riding a bicycle is not done by mind. It is a knack. Spiritual evolution is a knack. Argument, logic, we become erudite scholars, discussion. That is not spiritual life. See, my friends. Therefore, Bhagavan says, 1 or 2 examples I'll tell you. He says, what is new that you are talking? Tell me. If somebody is born, he has to die. If somebody dies, he has to be born. It's natural going on. Gataso na gatasuscha nanushocanti pandita. This happens. Similarly, matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhada agama apayana anityan tantetikshasva bharata. Any experience gathered through the sense organs and the mind, etc., with respect to the respective objects, every experience, sukhada or dukkhada, whether giving joy or sorrows, all experiences have the same story. It begins in time, it remains for some time, it ends after some time. Therefore, it is temporary. For the temporary experiences to become permanently miserable, is it the way of wise? Then what is to be done? Tantitikshasva Bharata. What cannot be cured has to be endured. Nay, Bhagavad Gita doesn't say that negative approach. What cannot be cured should not be endured, then should be enjoyed. Convert the endurance into enjoyment is the creed of Bhagavad Gita. Don't cry. See, friends. Therefore, friends, in the second chapter, first part, Bhagavan Krishna emphasizes on the knowledge aspect. And then, in the middle of it, he tells, if you want to know the secret of life, it is very simple. Sukha dukkhe same krutva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujjasva naivam papam avapsasi. Arjuna's problem was, if I kill them, I will get sin and all that. Now, this is for all of us to practice in life. When we do anything in our life, there are three stages. When we do, either we win or we are defeated. Third thing, if we win, we gain. If we are defeated, we lose. If we gain, we are happy. If we lose, we are miserable. So these three pairs are connected with each other. Bhagavan says, Sukha dukkhe same krutva labha labho jaya jayo. Maintain equanimity. How? If we do something, sometime successful, sometime failure, never mind, hota hi hai. Sometime we gain, sometime we lose. Yes, it is natural. Sometimes there is joy, sometimes there is misery. Yes, natural. Then what is to be done? Same krutva. Do not react to any experience in life. And in other words, maintain equanimity. Same krutva. If you want to know the whole Bhagavad Gita in 2 words, the problem that is discussed in Bhagavad Gita is mamata. Don't go to West Bengal. See? And the solution is samata. Whatever you are talking about, karma, yoga, bhakti or knowledge, all of them are aiming at maintain the equanimity of your mind. See, friends. And therefore, after having told that, maintain, then it comes to, is it only theoretical? Talking. See? No, it must be practical. Every moment we have to live this knowledge. Small little things happen here and there. How upset we become, how angry we become. What Bhagavad Gita we have studied? I'll tell you one example. This happened in Mumbai many years before. There is one spiritual multiplex. Normally cinema multiplex, but there is one spiritual multiplex in Mumbai. It is called a Prempuri Ashram. Very nice. I am going there for last 30-40 years. So, my talks are normally held on the 5th floor. One day when I went there, the watchman told me, Maharaj, today your talks are on the ground floor. I said, all right. So I was going there. One of the trustees came. He said, Swamiji, why are you going there? I said, cinema dekhne ke liye, to see a movie. No, no, your talk's on the 5th floor. Why you are going? I said, your watchman told. Who is he? He's a watchman. See, when we lose our cool, what kind of language we use? No, no, no. We'll have it. I will see who can stop it. Prestige issue. Prestige. Then I said, okay. So I wanted to go and take a glass of water. Swamiji, upar. I said, okay. And the TV cameras, the various things, everything was set, and audience was sitting. I was going to sit and start. He said, no. So everybody has to go up. It took 15 minutes. Meanwhile, what I did, I went to another room in the kitchen. I said, hey, badhiya chai banao, Gujarati chai banao, mithi. You know, different types of teas. South India, only bitter. Gujarat, only sweet. Gujaratis add sugar on the jaggery and eat. And Punjab, you go, only milk, nothing else. So I said, prepare Gujarati tea. So he prepared nicely and I was sitting. Then like any one of you came and asked, Swamiji, what are you doing? I said, I am dancing. Why you tell like that? I said, you are seeing I am taking tea and you ask me, what are you doing? What reply can I give you? But why they have asked me to go up? I said, you go and ask them. I don't know. Then he told me a story. Last time, same thing happened. One Swami was sitting there and other Swamiji came and then some space was to be made for him. So this Swamiji was asked, Swamiji, move little this side, he has to sit. And this Swami got angry. He said, I am not going to give lecture, and he walked away. And they have physically lifted you. You are not disturbed. I said, look here, do you think people sitting on the ground floor, they were listening, and when they go up, they will not listen? I know, nobody listens. Then why do you talk? I talk to myself. See, my friends, if my words will not have impact on me, can it have impact on others? This is what? Looking into the mirror. Look into Bhagavad Gita. Don't look at Bhagavad Gita. See, there are many places where, according to grammar, the Sanskrit is wrong. Does it mean that we are going to correct Vedas? Does it mean we are going to correct Bhagavad Gita? See, friends, when we study scriptures, we have to look into the scriptures. And there we have to see ourselves. Who is miserable? Is the man miserable, or the son, the husband, the brother, or the father? Who is miserable? Look into it. And one day it will click you that the one who is miserable never exists. See, there was a girl in Mumbai, it happened. She came, Swamiji, I don't know what I should do. I said, I also don't know. Then she told, there was some function in our house. And my mother told, you go, you cannot stay for this function. Come after the function is over. And you know, Swamiji, I am divorced. I said, yes. So my mother asked, go and ask Swamiji. I said, I am not going to get married to you. No, 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 no. You have to be relaxed 24/7. Then you see, whole world is a big cartoon show. But we become serious on every small little thing. See? He said, no, that way, Swamiji. Then what way? Then she said, be attentive. After divorce, that girl becomes widow or not. Tell me. Who is a widow? Whose husband died. Or who is a widow who doesn't have a husband? After divorce, that wife does not have a husband, so she cannot be a wife. What is the reply to this? Tell me. Nobody dies, man. But we are wise. Look into Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna's problem was this. How can I kill my grandfather? How can I kill my guru? Meaning killing guru and grandfather is not the issue. If it is your guru and your grandfather, I don't mind. But it is my guru and my grandfather. How can I kill? This is the whole samsara, my friends. And we talk wisdom. The highest illusion in this world is the illusion of wisdom. See, friends, now to that Arjun, Bhagwan has to bring him out in that chaotic situation. And therefore, he gave him a formula. And if that formula you catch in your life, whole life will be most wonderful. And the shlok you all know. The shlok is what? Karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhuhu ma te sangastu akarmani. This is called technically Karma Yoga Chatusutri. These are the 4 principles of Karma Yoga. First, I'll tell you the wrong meaning, what is popular. Then I'll tell you the right meaning. Popular meaning is what? Do your karma, don't have any expectation from the karma phala. Are we dumb or what? Do the job but don't take the salary. That is not the meaning. This understanding I got from one student in the college. He said, Swamiji, because of Gita, our country is not progressing. I said, wow, everybody is studying Gita. Then he quoted this shlok. And he said, it is said in Gita, do your job and don't expect anything in return. I said, Maharaj, you are wiser than the wisest. I said, you know, real meaning is what? Now be attentive. This is very simple. Do we have a choice to live yesterday or tomorrow? We have no choice. We have to live today. Second thing. Can we do anything like this lecture? Can I say, I will give my lecture yesterday or I will give my lecture tomorrow? This lecture cannot be tomorrow. It will be today only. In short, we have no choice but to live today. We do everything only today, and whatever we do, the result of that comes tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. Now, next step, whatever we do in our life, we do for what? Yesterday I told you, you all got married. Tell me, who gets married to become miserable? Next. Who is happy because of marriage? See, friends. So all our life, whatever we are doing is for getting happiness, isn't it? So in that, what is happening? We are postponing our own happiness in the future period of time. Bhagwan says, don't do that. Okay? Then what is to be done? Now, whatever we have to do it happily. What can be done by us? How life expresses? 3 channels: body, speech, and mind. So whatever we have to do by our body, physically, do it cheerfully, happily. See? When you do anything cheerfully, happily, you will not be tired in life. I tell you, I came to Phoenix from your Houston, 3 hours flight. And I was not well also physically. So when I was coming out with my bag, and I was virtually dragging myself, so exhausted. So my friend who received me, Swamiji, what happened? I said, I'm still alive. We went home, had my food and all that, had a nap for an hour, and then same evening we had a talk. And after the talk was over, the same person, Swamiji, now you are totally different. What happened in the morning? I said, morning I was dragging. Now I am expressing happiness. See, friends, if you learn this principle, whatever we are supposed to do it happily. I go to so many houses, and normally these husbands, as a formality, I say, Annadata Sukhi Bhava. Then the husband says, Swamiji, I wish I get this kind of food every day. When you come, she prepares so good food. I said, do you know why? I come once in a blue moon. If I stay here, I will also get the same pindadan. Bring out of the fridge FFF. Like you have got a WWW, FFF, fresh from fridge. Then put it into the microwave and prepare a pinda and give it to you. Then she said, Swamiji, yes, what he tells is true. The food really is very good. I don't know how it happens. I said, Mama, the reason is you are doing it cheerfully, happily, willingly. That is what life is. Don't drag through life. अब जी के क्या करेंगे? मरो, मरते भी नहीं. See, friends, God has created us only to express happiness. There is no other purpose. Mirror is created only to reflect. This is Bhagavad Gita. This is the meaning of Karmanyevadhikaraste. Then the second channel of expression of life is speech. See? And in that speech, how should you close the door? You don't go. No, nobody get up. The last person will close. Close this also. Otherwise, wisdom will be leaking out. See, friends. So, the second channel is speech. If you have to talk, talk such that there is cheer and joy everywhere. You must have seen there are some people, they don't talk, they bark. Why you have come? Why are you standing? Wow, wow, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Talk soft. See? Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat. Bhagavad Gita says. Soft, nice, that which will not create confusion and chaos. That is the real expression. See? And the third channel of expression of life is our mind. See? Mind, if the mind thinks happily, it can never be destructive. A happy mind is never destructive. See? One example, imaginary. Suppose I go to my girlfriend, therefore imaginary. I go to my girlfriend and tell her, honey, darling, today I am so happy. I want to cut you into small pieces. Can it ever happen? So God has created us for His purpose. And His purpose is that we are an instrument through which he can express fully. And the full expression of God is bliss, happiness, cheer, creativity, inspiration, joy. See, friends, except your Disneyland movies, have you seen one he buffalo coming and she buffalo coming, looking at each other and smiling? Hi, how are you? Only human beings have the ability to smile. In our UP, they cannot say S without adding E prefix. Style, smile, speak, station. Therefore, we are here only to express joy. Now, next thing he told, the third principle, that ma karma phala hetur bhuhu. Karma phala hetu means we must know what is karma. Action plus doership is karma. What is karma yoga? Karma yoga is action minus doership is karma yoga. See? How simple it is. So when Bhagavan says, Ma karma phala hetur bhuhu, what he means is, do not have the arrogance of, I have done this thing, I am not going to do this, I, suffer throughout life. Ma karma phala hetur. They take, for example, if you kick your child when you are awake, your leg will be dislocated. But suppose you are a football player and you sleep, and next to you is your small child is also sleeping. And what a football player can dream? I got a penalty corner. He can't think beyond that. So, in that dream, in that penalty corner, he gave a kick and the child is out of the bed. Will he be punished for that? There is no doer. See, ma karma phala heturbu. And the most important thing for all of us to know, ma te sangaha astu akarmani. Never retire in life, produce wealth. Never retire in life. It is so important, my friends. Today, the demography of the world has changed, not because many children are produced. Oldies like me are not dying. See, I'll tell you one example. There was one couple, Agnihotri, both of them are gone, so I can tell their name. I used to go to them sometime. And one day I asked him, Kaka, how many years you have worked, served? He says, Swamiji, I served for 20 years. Now I am taking pension from government for last 60 years. See? And my total salary in my whole life is a fraction of the pension I am getting. See? Produce wealth till the last day. So important. Excessive security makes us dull. Lesser the security, more is the commitment. How simple it is, my friends. Our scriptures tell, we should not have any security, then our devotion to him is perfect. Security means what? We are doubting his intentions. जो तारी रहा है सो मारी रहा है. Accept the world and the situation as given to us and lead dynamically, creatively, cheerfully till the last breath goes out. See, friend, ma te sangastu akarmani. Otherwise, Once this lethargy goes into the system, we become totally impotent. See, in Ishavasya Upanishad, there are 6 mantras, out of them only one I'll tell. There, it is very distinctly brought. Andham tamaha pravishati ye pravishanti ye avidyam upasate tato bhuja ivate tamaha yau vidya yagam rataha. The meaning is, those who are engaged in only physical world, avidya is material world. I want more car, I want new this thing, I want this property. They are getting lost in the darkness of ignorance. Next step. Tato bhuya ivate tamaha yau vidyaya gamrataha. And in much more darkness, those people enter who are only indulgent without producing wealth. See? A day may come, we may have dispassion for the worldly things. But once we are addicted to bhog, we cannot get out of it. See, friends, and therefore we have to remain dynamic throughout life. See? Bhagavan tells in 3rd chapter, Name parthasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana nana vaptama vaptavyam varta evacha karmani. What I am going to get out of your war? Are you going to give me any position in the ministry? What he got? Nothing. Every verse of Bhagavad Gita is the life story of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. See, friends. Therefore, when we say, if in the 3rd chapter it was told Karma Yoga, what is the need of the subsequent chapters? What was the need for Bhagavan to go and fight war for him? What was the need for the arrows to be received first by Bhagavan Krishna and then go to Arjuna? What was the need? There Bhagavan Krishna says in the 21st verse, Yad yad acharati sreshtaha tatta deve taro janaha sa yad pramanam kurute lokas tadanu vartate. What is happening today? We are short of an ideal in our life. During the freedom fight in our country, there was ideal. There was goal. People were ready to sacrifice their life. Today, what is the ideal? Corruption, cheating, drug, drinks. See, Punjab is totally destroyed only because of drinks and drugs. That was the grain house of the whole country. See, my friends, therefore, it is the responsibility of all the elders. Yadyad acharati sreshta. If the elders in the house are lazy and all the time TV and all the time talking about food and all useless things, the children have no ideal to look at. This is Bhagavad Gita. See, there is one family in New York. I stay with them. All are doctors in their house except that lady. She helps her husband in his office. She is everything doing by herself. Puja, Poti, Gayatri, Japa, everything. Observing, fast, everything. She never told her husband, her children, anything. But unlike the American houses, when I go to their house, husband, wife, both the sons, their wives, they all come together and I become a guest of the whole family. In normally what happens? If I go to somebody's house, whom you want? I want Dabbu, or Dabbu is there, go. Others are not ready even to talk to you. Yadyad acharati sreshtaha. So I asked that Amma, I said, Amma, your house is unlike American family. What is the reason? You teach them. I don't teach anybody anything. I do myself regularly. See, friends, yadyad acharati sreshtaha. We have to become and remain as an ideal for the next generation. See? Yadyad acharati sreshtaha tatta devetaro jana sa yad pramanam kurute. Pramana is the authority of knowledge. Now, what is the authority of knowledge we adopt in our life? Ewes weekly, cows weekly, buffaloes weekly, or Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, Ramayana, Mahabharata. And are we studying or we are finding faults from them? See, my friends, scriptures are not to be edited. Like we have got New Testament, isn't it? There is no improved edition of Bhagavad Gita. Once. That which was commented by Bhagwan Shankaracharya so many years before, the same 700 verses now also. So do you mean that all the great masters, they have not thought over? And if we start finding out faults, then why should we go? Like example, I'll tell you. One youngster, his mother he used to bring for my satsang every day and go to the coffee house and again take her back. One day when we were coming down with his mother, I was coming down. So he has to meet me that day. So she said, Swami, he is my son, he brings me here. I said, hey son, you are a great child, keep it up. You are serving your mother, very good, I am so happy. Wish you all the best. He said, Swamiji, tell me, you people there, God is everywhere, is it not? I said, yes. Then what is the need to come to the temple? But my mother doesn't understand. I said, look here, you are intelligent, educated. Your mother is illiterate. She doesn't understand that God is everywhere except in the temple. What? I said, yes. See, friends, if we do not have respect for anybody, we will never serve them properly. See, one more point I tell you. Respect the one to whom it is given, he is not benefited. The one who is giving respect, he is benefited. One doctor, radiologist in Delhi, once we were going somewhere and a very big crowd people. So when I got out of our bus and so in India when they say Babaji, they do namaskar. So one lady came, did namaskar, second, third, big queue. So she said, Swamiji, these unknown people come and do namaskar to you, how do you feel? I had a cup of tea in my hand. I said, please hold it, don't drink it. Then I said, Mama, hold. Yes, Maharaj. I said, she is my mother. I touch her feet. If you do namaskar to me, you get 1 kilogram of merit. If you touch her feet, you get 1 quintal. Now decide. Direct. And then I took my cup and went away. Now she was nailed. She can't go anywhere. One after another, one after another. She became so frustrated. Then afterwards she was searching me and I was running away. I know what is coming. Then she said, Swamiji, why you did like that? I said, Mama, you asked me, when unknown people do namaskar, how do you feel? You felt? Friends, when we respect something or somebody, we are benefited. These are the basics of spiritual life. Like yesterday, probably I told you, one person asked me this question, how many verses to Sanjay, Arjun, and Bhagwan Krishna, etc., and Arjuna? Hare Ram, 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 Ram. Don't make scriptures an academic. It's a mirror. We must see ourselves in the picture. And what will be our reflection? Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, our reflection is given. Because if we take Bhagavad Gita as a mirror, our reflection is also defined. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na shochati na kankshati samaha sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labhate param. This will be our reflection in the mirror of Bhagavad Gita. Brahma bhutaha, what is the reflection of ours? Prasannatma. You will be ever cheerful and happy. What is the meaning of cheerful and happy? Na shochati, doesn't dig the past and carry the burden of regrets. Na shochati, doesn't go in an imaginary future and worry. See? Then samaha sarveshu bhuteshu. Every being is a mobile temple of God. See? Deho devalaya proktaha. Dehi devo niranjanaha. Architaha sarva bhavena swanubhutya prakashate. We look at the world as we have looked at ourselves. Like when I consider myself to be a man, what is the world for me? Man and woman. If I consider myself to be Bharatiya, then what is the world? Bharatiya and non-Bharatiya. If I consider myself to be sannyasi, the world is sannyasi, non-sannyasi. When I discover my own divine nature, everybody is expression of the same divinity. See? This is called as para-bhakti. So the maturity of knowledge is devotion. And the devotion leads to the knowledge. They are not two, they are one and the same. And therefore, in the third chapter, having told Karma Yoga, further the teacher will continue the position of our being in this world and evolution. This is the vision we have to practice in our life. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Are you ready for Ramaraksha? Good. Start.